What is going on? My name is Vance and welcome to another video. If this is your first time here and you're a toy collector or someone who enjoys any kind of toy stuff, start now by subscribing and clicking the bell so you won't miss anything. So for today you're watching Who's That Fig, a show dedicated into helping you guys decide if you should get this figure. So make sure to stick till the end of the video for I'll be discussing about accessories, aesthetics, and articulation, and we're starting right now. Big Bad Toy Store has a massive selection of toys like action figures, statues, and a lot of geek stuff. So make sure to buy your toys at Big Bad Toy Store. I put a link in the description down below, so go check them out. This figure was part of Wave 2 of the Archive series, released in 2019, and was a re-release version of Phase 1 Black and Orange line standard packaging. And I really think that Hasbro did a great job in re-releasing these figures because the first versions of the Black series are just being sold at a ridiculously high price on eBay, and I'm not gonna spend like $60 to $100 worth of these figures. It's just not worth it for $100 price point. So let's remove this out of the box and let's check out the figure. Alright, out of the box, here's how the figure looks. And this figure comes with 5 accessories actually, but I'll count the lightsaber as just one accessory. So it does have 4. So let's start with the lightsabers. So as you can see, the lightsaber is painted really nicely. There's a silver finish as well as some black linings. And you'll see a very detailed hilt. You see some painted buttons as well, which is actually cool. And there's also a peg and a peg hole so that you can attach, like connect the lightsaber into one. Alright, so that's how it looks. Okay, moving on. There's also a head sculpt added for this figure, and the head sculpt is very detailed as well, and it's painted nicely. As you can see, there's a black and a red color as well. The eyes are painted nicely. There's a white and a yellow. Is that a yellow or something? But you'll see some paint on the horns also, which is really cool. Alright. They also added a binocular for this figure, and if you've watched the Phantom Menace movie, this is one of the accessory that Darth Maul was using when he was tracking. And as you can see, the figure is very well detailed and painted nicely as well. You can see some detail there. I don't know if that's a mispaint, but it kind of looks like a detail, like a mispaint effect, but it's actually cool, to be honest. You'll see some mixed colors here as well. You can see there's like is that a copper or a gold finish or something mixed in silver, and here there's also, you can see some black and some mispaints. It kind of looks like it was worn out. Kind of looks like it's worn out, that's the term. You see some gold here, some black, painted really nicely, which is cool. Ooh. Alright, and the 4th accessory is actually in this figure, which is the cloak. This is a removable plastic cloak, and it is actually with the head sculpt as well, so you can have this removed all in one, so you can put the interchangeable head that is added on this figure. And as you can see, there's a lot of details on the cloak, even at the back. And what I like about this is, you notice this? This is actually the horns, also sculpted onto the hood, which is really cool. So those are the accessories included on this figure. So now we're gonna look at the aesthetics of the figure, and in order for us to see that nicely, let me go ahead and replace the head so we can remove the cloak. So I've already removed that. There you go. So this is the extra cloak with the head sculpt, interchangeable head, which is actually attached to the hood. All right, so we do have a bowl kind of joint with the hinge. Okay, just letting you know, guys, but we'll get into that in a while. Let me just put this back so we can look, we can check on the aesthetics of the figure. Oh, okay. It's just hard to push this because of the horns. Which is really, it's painful to be honest. Okay, there you go. Ow. Okay. So let's look into the aesthetics. Again, we had a look with the interchangeable head, which is really detailed. The Sith outfit is really nice. It's a combination of there's some wrinkles. It kind of looks real, to be honest. Look at that. It does have details onto the Sith robe, Sith outfit, whatever you call it. And I like how they did here. They did a glossy finish with the belt, the gloves, and the boots. I really think that's how it should be. And there's also some soft goods here. And it just looks really nice. This is plastic, okay? You can see some details on that as well. Here's the soft goods and the pants. You can see details of it. It's not in a glossy finish, it's just shiny because of the lighting, but it is really nice. The back, I like the details on this. Okay, that's the back of the pants, same as the front. You'll see some details, and it's painted really nicely. I love the details. I love the sculpt of the figure, and I think that is just awesome. All right, so going on with the articulation, you guys did see that this head is connected by a hinge and a ball peg or a ball joint, and I mean, it's better compared to a hinge and a swivel type of peg. So the only difference between a ball peg and a swivel peg is that a swivel peg does look like a mushroom like compared as the ball, which is round, of course. But the good thing about it is that if you're in a ball peg, you'll have a motion onto the head. You're not just having a swivel. You cannot just swivel the head, but you can also see some motion onto the head. So when it comes to articulation, it is definitely much better than a swivel kind of peg. But what would be better for this is a barbell joint ball peg. In that way, it will give you more motion. There's a motion onto the neck and also on top of the head as well. It will give you a much better motion. All right, that's what I like about barbell ball peg joint for the head section. But this one does have a hinge in a ball. I guess it's okay, but it would have been better if it's in a barbell joint. Anyway, moving on with the shoulders. All right, and you can go up this high. All right, and it's connected by, of course, a swivel and a hinge joint. The standard. Mine is kind of stiff, but it's all right, and it does not have a bicep joint because you already have a hinge and a swivel elbows, which is kind of a standard for a Black Series figure, as well as a swivel and a hinge wrists. All right, so what I did like about this is that they did use a horizontal hinge joint on the left, so you can definitely use the accessory right here, which is the binoculars. All right, you can use the binoculars on the left, and on the right side they did use a vertical hinge joint. So that's how it should be. You should. Hasbro did a good job on this. They basically incorporate the accessories onto the joints, which is I like, and that's how it should be for all of these figures. So on the right side, you can definitely use the lightsaber because this does have a vertical hinge. So I like what they did about that. And all right, you can do. Let's check the motion on this. Okay. The joints on my figure is kind of stiff, so I don't want to force it too much, but does do 90 degrees, which is okay, I guess. But on this side, okay, so it's okay, not a problem with the range. It's definitely the normal range, I guess. Moving forward, okay, you can definitely rotate this 360. The figure does not have any problems raising his hand up, right? And I think the articulation on the arms is definitely okay. No issues. It's just kind of stiff. Which is kind of normal to new figures, but it's definitely okay. All right, moving on to the torso section. We do have a ball joint, definitely a ball joint. As you can see, the motion in there, that's definitely a ball joint connected on the torso. But this would have been better. They could have added like a diaphragm cut in here, which is connected by a barbell joint as well. In that way, will give you a maximum full range of motion with maximum range. Okay, so the figure does lean back pretty okay, I would say. That much, and it can lean forward this much. So it's okay. It does have a side to side, of course, since this is a ball joint connected by a ball joint. All right, so let's move on to hips. Let me see if there's a swivel. Okay, it does have a swivel. Okay. Did I mess it up? No, it's okay. Figure's good. I guess I messed up the soft goods though. I'll just fix this later. But okay, let me just. Okay. Anyway, This is connected by a ball and a socket, of course, and it can do a Y split. Again, Hasbro should be really focusing on the hips as well. A good range is a T split for all of its figures. Alright, and it does have a tie cut, a swivel here, left and right tie cut, and we do have a double. Okay, let me just, oh, there you go. We do have a double hinge here, double jointed knees. All right, for both. Okay, there you go. We also have a hinge on the ankle. Okay, that's the farthest it can go. As you can see, I do have a loose joint over here, but that's all right. It's something that happens, and the joints are okay, not a problem with that. Ankle rocker, not a problem, works fine for both ankles, which is good. Okay, it can kick this much, and it can kick backwards this much. That's a good range. All right, okay, move forward this much. And that's basically it. And this figure is really nice, I'll be honest. And I think I spent like $25 in this figure, which is really cool. I mean, for the price, it's totally worth it. I mean, they did a good job with the articulation. They could have done a better job with the head articulation as well as in the torso, but it's fine. It's not the worst. It is actually good. All right, you still have that motion, better than a swivel joint. They did a ball joint in the figures, and I like what they did with the wrist hinges as well. Good job on this, and this is by far one of the best Black Series figures for me. And the reason for that is because it does include lots of accessories. All right, there's actually 5 accessories included in this figure. The articulation is good as well. The details in the sculpt is really good, and overall, this is a good figure. All right, so let's do a quick check on the height comparison with other figures, and this is with Obi-Wan. He's a little bit. Let me just fix the feet. There you go. Okay. Is the same height as Obi-Wan Kenobi, which is movie accurate. He's a little bit taller, like a little bit. But as far as movie accurate, they're like almost the same height, which is good. So this is height comparison with the Obi-Wan Padawan. All right. Next, with the Jedi Master Qui-Gon Jinn. Qui-Gon Jinn is definitely taller than Darth Maul, because Qui-Gon is around 6'3", and Darth Maul is around like 5'10", so the height is pretty much accurate. Not a problem with that, because you can see that Qui-Gon is taller, definitely taller than Darth Maul. With Darth Revan though, he's a little bit taller, like an inch taller maybe. As far as I know, Revan stands 5'10" to 6 flat. It hasn't been confirmed yet, but that's what it is in Wikipedia, the Wiki Star Warspedia. So my only problem with this figure is, let me show it to you. I'm having a hard time standing this figure up. Can you guys see this mold? I didn't like what they did here, and the reason why my figure is having a hard time standing, every time I stand him up, and as you notice, I wasn't using the rolling thing because this one, I cannot make him stand up. Make him stand up with this. He always fell. Is always falling down, and the reason for that is because of this. It does have the mold in the shoes, does have this, and the tendency, if you do have that, it's that the figure's gonna fall down backwards, and that has been a problem for me. I'm having a hard time standing this figure up. I can't even use this for this figure because it keeps on falling down. So that's basically my only problem with this figure. But overall, this is a very good figure, something that you guys should buy. All right, make sure to buy the archive version, not the overpriced. The price of the black and orange line figure is around, I did check eBay a while ago, and it's around $60 to $100. And man, I'm not gonna spend that much for this figure. $25 to $30 is enough, more than enough for this figure. And besides, it is a really good figure. So if you want to spend like 30, I haven't checked the price of the archive version on eBay, but you can no longer buy this from Big Bad Toy Store. It's already sold out. I don't know if it's still available on other sites, but if it doesn't, well, you can probably check on eBay. I'm pretty sure the price might gone up as well. But if you're gonna spend like 30, 35 to a 40, that would still be a good buy, because like I've said, this figure is really good. It's something that you guys should have. All right, so I think that's it, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up. It would really help the channel if you can subscribe as well. And if you already have, make sure to click the notification bell so that you'll be updated with future videos. And again, I would like to thank you again, and I'll see you next time.